I'm going to run through a springtime practice that will really help to just clear out any sluggishness in the body. We'll actually start in child's pose today, so roll out your yoga mat. You may like some props, some blocks or something to help bring the floor closer, but I have no props with me today. We'll just start with the big toes touching, knees as wide or as close together as you like, forehead touching down on the ground. You can have your arms reaching forward or take your arms back. And as you settle into your child's pose, I just invite you here just to take a few rounds of breath, just to notice if you can start to elongate the breath a little more. And as you do that, become more accustomed to making the breath more expansive into the back of the lungs and into the back of the lower back, the sacrum area, into the pelvis, the front of the lungs as well. Slow and steady inhalation and exhalation. As you're ready to come up, we'll take it to low kneeling, but if that's uncomfortable for you, feel free to take it to high kneeling, bringing the palms together in front of the heart center. I invite you to take a moment to consider something in your life you're ready to release, whatever it may be, whatever feels relevant for you right now. In the sluggishness of winter and the heaviness of winter, we can often get a little more settled, we can eat fattier foods, we can feel a little more congested. And I invite you to consider something you might like to release. It may be that you want to spend more time out in nature. It may be a habit that you're stuck into. It may be a conversation that you keep replaying, or maybe a person who has just felt a little toxic or energy sucking around you. I just invite you to notice whatever is relevant to you right now. You may have many things, there may be one thing. Just considering that. We'll set an intention to release any tension that brings to us. Just noticing that you can release anything with kindness. Know that everything has been a lesson and brought us to where we are today. So as you breathe in, opening up through the arms. And as you exhale, bring your navel to the spine, tailbone curls forward, palms and elbows touch. Inhale, opening. Exhale, drawing in. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, drawing in. Inhale, opening up. And then bring your hands together and come to high kneeling. Now from here, we're going to curl the toes underneath and take a moment to sit back on the heels. So this is a really not very pleasant yoga pose. It opens up the soles of the feet. It's also very good at stimulating all the meridians in the body as well. You may find you very quickly start to feel this and want to ease out. If it becomes too intense, hands can come to the floor. But give yourself a moment to bring the palms to connect. Push the heels of the hands away and push the palms away. Takes our mind off what's happening on the feet and also starts to open up through the shoulders. We'll rise up just as high as feels good for you with the arms. One more time, drawing the spine back and inhale, opening up. Then bringing your hands to the floor, and you might like to tap your toes. And we'll just take the hips side to side, just like you're wagging your tail. Just feel how the spine moves from tailbone to crown, this nice swishing of the tail. And then we'll move the spine cat-cow. So tailbone lifts, heart opens, tailbone curls under, chin to chest. A few rounds like this, inhaling, opening the heart. Exhaling, drawing back. Inhaling, heart opens. Exhaling. Now just pause at this lifted spine and take a few forwards and backwards here just to open through the back body as much as you can. And as you slow that down, we'll slide that right leg long, curl the right toes underneath and push through the right heel. You can feel that curl of the toes. Seal your right foot to the floor, lifting the right arm to the ceiling. And then reach that top arm over and just let it drape for a moment, just to feel this kind of banana body through the side like this. These fingers are just soft. the arms just kind of hanging loosely here. And that will open your chest. You'll find the more you push that foot of the long leg into the floor, the more space you get in the ribs, the more you can push through the supporting hand. One breath. Hands come down to the ground. And we'll take that with the other side. Left leg long, curling the toe. Sealing the foot to the floor, rising up. Reaching over. Find that softness of the arm. Push the left foot to the floor, opening the ribs. Deep breath. And as you're ready to bring your hands back down to the ground. Sliding your hands forward and coming into this puppy pose. Chest and chin softens towards the ground. Hips stay high. Breathe in deep here. As you exhale, let the heart melt towards the ground. And again, inhale. Exhale, find that melting of the heart. Bringing the hands back underneath the shoulders and reach the right arm up. Bring the right hand to the back of the skull and find this deep thoracic rotation as you spin the right elbow to the left elbow and inhale, coming open. Exhaling, drawing in. Inhale, opening up. One more time. Reaching up and then lift the arm. And this time we'll thread it all the way through. Right fingers reaching to the left. If it's okay to come onto the head, onto the shoulder, the left hand can wrap to that right hip. Couple of breaths here. As your left hand pushes the ground away, once again reach up with that right arm and bring the hand to the floor. Left arm flies up. Bring the left hand to the back of the skull, rotating the ribs. Inhale, opening the heart. Exhaling, rotating down. Inhaling, opening up. One more time, lowering down. Rising up, lifting the arm. And then we'll take that full thread, the needle, arm lowers down, head lowers down. Option to lift that right arm and thread it. Couple of breaths. And as you bring your hands back down to the ground, coming into your tabletop and just finding a few cat-cows here. Now with the cat-cows, this time start to find some fluidity. So you can just be as free as you like here, exploring. Where are those dusty parts? Where can you feel that if it was a dusty house and you're spring cleaning it and shaking out the carpets and getting the dust out of the dark corners where the cobwebs are, where would they be in your body? In the hips, in the spine, in the neck. And as you're ready, we'll come back to kneeling. And we're going to work on the digestive system here, which could feel a little weird. So go as gently as you can. If you're pregnant, do avoid this one. But bring your fists, place them into the lower belly. And then as you fold forward, you'll feel how the soft part of your belly pushes into the fist. Now you might find you can't go all the way down, especially if you've just eaten a meal. You might want to bring your forehead onto something. And we'll lower down. Couple of breaths, folding a little deeper. Breathing into the belly. Remove the hands if you have just eaten or this isn't working for you, but a couple of breaths. You can even move the hands around and give yourself a little massage, massaging through the digestive system here. And then starting to rise all the way up. We'll bring the hands to the floor, find a plank, and then lower down, and then rise up. Lower the chest as low as you like, and then rise up. We'll do that one more time, all the way down onto the belly. Toes point back, arms reach back, interlace your hands, lift the arms, lift the legs, locust pose. You can look forward, rise up, squeeze your palms closer, one more breath. And then bring your hands to the floor, and we'll push straight up into down dog. Now walk your legs out, bend your left knee generously, right heel towards the floor. Right leg bends generously, left heel towards the floor. Next time the left leg bends generously, bring the right heel to the floor, right foot to the floor. So the toes are turned out, kind of like first position in ballet if you're familiar with that. Then as you push up through the hands, lift that right hip a little higher, looking under the right armpit. Feel like you're spinning the left knee a little more to the right. You get into that right ITB band. You'll probably feel it around here. That's where we're trying to access. Come back to the center. Right leg generous bend, left foot to the floor. Start to lift your left hip. Right knee to the left. Feel that deep twist in the belly. Breathe deeply into the belly. And then coming back to the center. And then walk your hands to your feet. Come into your forward fold here. Just let yourself hang for a moment. Holding onto your elbows and feel that length through your spine and this sweet release through the whole back body. I'm going to take a weird breath here. It's like a horse in a stable there. So as you inhale, we'll start to let the exhale out by letting the lips move, kind of like vibrating. And again. One more time. Very calming, might feel a little weird, but it's really good just for helping a bit more ease. We'll bend the left leg, right hand to your right hip. Push off that left side and twist to the right. Right arm lifts up to the sky and try to lengthen your spine long. You might look up with the arm. You might like to take right hand to your left outer hip. And as you spin it back around again, right hand to the floor, generous bend in that right leg, left arm lifts up. And then bringing that hand, optional, to the hip. Bringing the hands to the floor, turn your toes out slightly, come into yogi squat, malasana. Now, if this isn't happening for you, if your heels are off the floor, just try taking your feet wider, or you can sit on blocks or books, and then just take a bit of movement here so you feel a little bit of fluidity in the hips. Notice how that feels for you. If this is tight, that might be intense. If you're pretty loose, it can feel pretty easeful. You get grounded with the feet here. Fingertips to the floor, and we'll rise up again, coming into slightly wider footed forward fold. And then walk your hands forward for a slightly shorter downward facing dog. Bend your right leg, take your left hand and take it onto that opposite ankle. You can look under your belly, feel that left side of the belly twisting to the right. Breathing deep into the left lung. And then coming back to the center, left hand to the floor. If that was challenging, just hover the right hand. Otherwise, you can start to explore taking it into your twist, twisting left side and right side of the belly to the left. And as you release, finding your downward facing dog, feet together, more traditional, lift the right leg, and then bring your right foot to your right thumb. We'll just take the back knee to the floor, patting it out if you need, if it feels a little sore. So we'll just travel forwards and backwards a few times here, just to give yourself some space in the hips. Use support under your hands if you like. You can even use a wall if there's one handy and you like one. From here, going to kick the left toes over to the right. Right hand to the right thigh. Left arm lifts up. Slide that right elbow onto the right knee and reach the left arm across. Deep breath here. You can slide the right hand a little further down the leg if you like, so it becomes more like a side angle pose, a kind of baby version of that. And as you rise up, hands interlace, draw them down, and then start to fold forward. Imagine you're trying to take your head to 11 o'clock on a clock face as you fold. Arms lift up, deep breath here. Going a little deeper with each exhalation. Inhale, exhale a little more. And again, very nice. And as you bring your hands back to the ground, we'll just lift up through the back leg, navel to spine, chin to chest, push the ground away. So you find this cat spine. And then drawing forward and let the heart open. The hips will lower a little for that. We'll do that again. Cat spine up. Inhaling forward. Step yourself back, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts, three-legged dog. Left foot steps to the left thumb. Bring your back knee to the floor and just explore a few movements here. You can have hand on your thigh, blocks, floor, wherever you like. Just letting yourself open, especially around the hips. And then as you bring your fingertips to the floor, just to guide the right toes, so the right shin's parallel to the short edge of the mat. Left forearm to your left thigh, right arm reaches up and over. Feel that sense of space here through the side body. Stay or slide the hand a little further down if that works for you. You can use your block as well. And as you rise up, take the opposite interlace of the hands behind the back as the knuckles draw down. Push that left knee back and come forward here. Now just feel into that sense of what's going on in the hips as you fold. One more breath. And as you rise up, this time we'll come to the front of the mat. That twist of the back knee can feel a bit awkward, so just always pad out as you need. Deep forward fold. Find your half lift. Folding in, and we're going to take a slow roll up. Chin to chest, navel to spine, and slowly, slowly unfurling. Just feel what's going on. Where's the body tight? Where are you holding tension until the elbows turn palms forward, finding your mountain pose. At the front of the mat, just finding your mountain pose and interlace your hands behind your back. Draw the knuckles down and let this open your chest. Feel that you've got this sense of expansiveness happening through the chest. It's breathing in and filling yourself up with whatever you need. Completely open to possibilities as we move into this new season. Bringing your hands to the back of the sacrum, the lower back. And then use your hands just to push into the lower back, to let the heart lift up, to let the legs be strong. Squeezing the elbows a little towards each other. And then fold in here. Now you can keep the hands as they are or start to lift them up and get some space through the arms. Head can be heavy. Bit of movement through the arms, through the legs. Releasing your hands, sweep up into chair. Come deep into your chair pose. Weight on the back of the heels. A little deeper. Hands to the floor, step back. Seal the right foot to the floor and reach the right arm back, left arm forward. Warrior two. You get nice and deep into the hips, left knee tracking down the middle toes. Inhale, sweeping up with the arms. Exhale, coming deep. Inhale. Exhaling down. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, rising up. Bring the back hand to the back leg and open into a reverse triangle. So both legs are strong and long. As your arms come back parallel, reach forward. Keep rolling that right shoulder back. Hand to the shin. Top arm lifts up to the sky. Now lift up through the fingers. Rotate the chest. Look up. That's giving the neck a lovely sense of alignment. Then bring the hands to the floor. Frame that front foot. Step the back foot forward a little. Right hip draws back. Or right hip forward, left hip back. Folding in. Deep breath here, find that folding in. And as you lift the back heel, step back, down dog. Heels lift, roll forward, finding plank. Knees to floor or full plank as you lower yourself down, finding your cobra, opening the heart, and coming back down as you push the ground away, down dog. We'll lift the left leg, step the left foot through, seal the back foot to the floor and rise up warrior one. So hips square forward, arms lift up, generous into that front leg. Pulling the arms back, opening the heart, and then inhale, reaching up, lifting the arms. Exhale, pulling back. Inhale, reaching up. One more time, pulling back, reaching up. Now lift that back heel, bring the hands to the heart, tip at the hips, right elbow to the outside of the left knee. If that's strong, bring your back knee to the floor. But get that big twist in the belly. We're going to step forward into a chair. That back foot, step it to join the front foot. Come deep into your twist, open the arms wide and spin through the belly. Hands to the heart. Back into mountain pose and just feeling the breath here. Becoming aware of the sensations in the body. Once again, we'll take the hands behind, this time opposite interlace. Open up through the heart and really give yourself a moment to feel that sense of space, of aliveness, of openness. Breathing in deep as you bring your back hands or your hands to the back and feel that openness of the heart. Squeeze your elbows close. Now as you fold in, hands can stay where they are or lift the arms up. Let the head be heavy. We'll come back into chair pose. Sweep the arms up. Check the knees are parallel. The weight's on the heels. Deep breath here. As your hands come to the floor, slide your hands up the shins. Find your half lift. We'll step back with the left leg. Line up heel to heel, left toe, same direction as the belly as the arms go wide. Warrior two. Inhale, rising. Exhaling, warrior two. Inhaling. Close the eyes if you like. Exhaling, downward flow of grounding. Upward lift of energy. Exhaling, down. Inhale. Pause, take the left hand to the back leg, slide it down, both legs long and strong. As your arms come parallel to the ground, reach forward, hand to the shin, top arm lifts to the sky, find your triangle pose. Squeezing the shoulder blades, take the tailbone long, hand to the floor, back foot, just step it forward as much as you need to square your hips. Navel to spine, spine is long, folding in. Deep breath, exhale, folding a little more. As you start to step back into your down dog, take a moment to find space in the back of the body. Inhale, forward to plank. Knees to floor or full plank if you like. Upward facing dog or cobra. Back into down dog. Right leg lifts, three-legged dog. Right foot steps through. Seal the back foot. Rising up, warrior one. Try to get the hips squared. Back leg strong. Exhaling, feel the heart opening. Inhale, arms long. Exhaling, pulling down and back. Inhale, reaching up. Bringing the hands to your heart. Lift the back heel, tip forward. If you can, come deeper and hook a left elbow outside of the right knee and find that deep twist of the belly. Inhale deeply here. We're going to step the back foot to join the front foot. So stepping through, find your chair. Moment to twist a little more. Maybe opening the arms. As you come back to the center, finding your mountain pose, and just take a moment to settle here, to feel that groundedness through the feet. The eyes can be closed or soft. Find the steadiness of breath. Inhaling, exhaling. How's the body? How's the heart? Inhale, reaching up, fingertips touch. Swan dive down, deep forward fold. Lifting up through the heart. Now we're going to step back for a downward facing dog. We're going to take a pigeon pose. So feel free to come onto your back for a figure four, but otherwise right leg lifts. Slide your right shin to the front of the mat. Left leg long. Look over the left shoulder, check that left leg's long and flush to the ground. Left toe is pointing back. Left hip draws forward, right hip back. Couple of breaths. And starting to fold. Now, if that's giving you any pain in your right knee, come back and bring your right ankle to the left thigh, just like this. Maybe like this. Coming onto your forearms if you're in this pigeon pose, more traditional. Right hand to your knee and push away. Now reach up with that right arm, spin the heart. We're going to thread the right arm through. Reaching the right fingers to the left, letting the right shoulder settle down. Left fingers can give you a little bit of pressure where you can reach them forward. Couple of breaths. We'll come back up to where we just came from. Left forearm to the floor, arm reaches up into a twist. Hand to the floor. Step back. Downward facing dog. Walking the legs out to find some space in the back of the legs. Left leg lifts. And bring that left shin forward. Right leg long. Draw the right hip forward, left hip back. Check that right leg's long and flush. Folding in. And you can take a moment to explore, of course, going onto your back body for that twist if you'd like. Right forearm on the ground, left hand to your knee and twist off the right side. Spin it to the left. Arm lifts to the ceiling. Optional twist. Left arm reaches to the right, right hand can touch to the floor. Couple of breaths. And this time we'll spin it all the way, or we'll come up and bring that back leg forward. And just meet and seated with the sit bones on the ground, hugging the legs close. Holding onto your thighs, or shins even, and just come into a balance. Allow the breath to soften you. Maybe forehead towards your knees to soften the chest away from the thighs. Deep breath into the back body. Toe tips to the floor if you like, holding the back of your thighs, and find that shape, V, through the spine and through the thighs, starting to lift the legs up. They may stay here. Just feel into what your back's calling for today. You can reach the arms forward, lift the heart up. Couple of breaths. And as you're ready, coming down, bring the right foot to the floor. Take that left heel to your right sit bone. Take your hands to the right foot, or use a yoga strap or a towel or anything really, just to help you lift up through that leg. Now if you're tight, you'll keep the leg bent. If you're more open, you can lengthen it. Spine long, leg long. Feel that awakening of the hamstrings. Bring the left hand to the outer right foot, right fingertip behind you, and then spin the belly, roll the heart open. Might like to reach that right arm up. And then with that right arm, reach it all the way over. If it's accessible, hold the big toe. Lift up. If your hamstrings are tight, you might not want to go any deeper. If you're more open, your elbows can bend, forehead can move a little closer to the shin. And then we're going to step the right foot on that outer left thigh. Now, if that's absolutely not happening for you, lengthen the left leg and just step the foot outside or sit on a block or some height. So wherever you are, right fingertips to the floor, left arm lifts to the ceiling, rise up, twist to the right. Left hand, right knee, or elbow to the outer thigh. Lift up through the spine from tailbone to crown. Try to get that right hip grounded, or at least a little heavier. It's going to feel lighter on this side than this side. So just see what you can do to transfer the weight a little more onto the right side. And when you're ready, we'll just come back to the center and let's release your legs, holding onto the back of the thighs, or you can reach forward straight away. And just find your place where you'd like them. Toes to the floor or legs lift up. You can take them really high. You can reach forward or not. And as your feet come to the floor, take your left heel or right heel to the left sit bone, and then catch hold of your foot and start to straighten the leg. So it can be quite challenging if you've just started yoga. I know I'll teach a lot of classes and people will be in mixed classes with more advanced practitioners and get very frustrated that can't move straight into the more advanced poses, and will often try to. But it's like anything. Very soon you'll start to find little improvements each time. Just take it easy and really make it your practice. Right hand to the left foot, left hand behind you, and always just feel into what your body's asking for on any given day. Even if you're more open and more active, sometimes your body just needs a bit more TLC. We'll hold on to the foot, take the elbows wide, forehead towards the shin. Couple of breaths. And it may look more like this. You may be using that belt. Now we're going to step the left foot on the outer right thigh. So that means you want to lengthen the right leg or keep it bent and step it out. Try to get the left hip a little more grounded this time. Left fingers to the floor, spine is long. Use your foot on the ground to give you height. Right arm lifts up. Inhale. As you exhale, start to twist. Maybe hold your knee, maybe hook the elbow. Find length from tailbone to crown. One more breath. And coming all the way back to the center. Feet to the floor. We'll take a slow roll down, just slowly as your body will allow. Challenging yourself until you come all the way down to the ground. As you get there, hug your legs in and have a bit of a rock here. We'll take a happy baby pose, the knees into the armpits, hold onto your feet and bring soles of the feet parallel to the ceiling, shoulders roll down, tailbone long, bit of a rock side to side. And as you release your feet, bring the soles of the feet to the floor. The arms can go wide. Just let the knees move side to side here a few times. You can have your feet closer together if you prefer. Next time the knees move to the right, just keep them there for a moment. Take your gaze down that left shoulder. Maybe hook your right foot to the outer left knee as you open through the left rib cage. Couple of breaths. And as you release, foot to the floor, knees to the left, gaze to the right. Stay or hook left foot, outer right knee. Breathing in deep. As you come back to the center, both feet as wide as the mat as the knees touch together. One hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. And I invite you here just to feel the breath, feel the rise and the fall of the hands. Feel the softening down of your spine towards the ground. Feel free to stay here, taking the arms wide or taking your legs long, cushion behind the knees if you want some support, or you can turn around and if you've got a wall handy, you can take your legs up. The wall can feel quite lovely as well. So whatever's calling for you, and just let yourself settle into this final resting pose, wherever that may be. Allowing yourself to tune into this sense of being grounded, of being connected to the earth. But at the same time, this sense of lightness, a sense of renewal and openness. Just feeling that the whole body can soften, the muscles can soften, that the bones can become a little heavier. But energetically, you're almost bigger than the physical body. You can expand out beyond that. Finding a lightness. And I invite you to stay here as long as you like. Just turning off the video and resting back. Otherwise, you can start to find movements in your body, of your fingers, of your toes, as you yawn and stretch. Bending your knees and drawing them in a little closer. And gently rolling onto your side and pausing there for a few breaths. As you push the ground away, rising up to seated. Keeping the eyes closed so the focus stays inwards. Sealing the palms together in front of your heart. And inviting a deep full breath in here. And as you exhale, sighing out through the mouth. Lowering your forehead towards your fingertips. And taking a moment to thank yourself for this practice today. Namaste.